What is up, everybody? Well, might as well do a review on my new truck. I just gave it its bath for the week. I absolutely do not like driving it in the salt, but I didn't buy it to look at it, and it's made of beer can material, so that should be good. Not so rusty. What I have is a 23 f250 tremor with the 7.3 Godzilla engine in it. Gasser. I've always been a diesel guy, but I switched to gas just because I was not a fan of Ford's gas motors for the longest time. I mean, stretching all the way back to like the Fox body Mustangs, the 302 roller motor, 351 Windsor, the old 460s. Those were good. As soon as they switched to the V10 and all the modular engines, I switched away from that. But since they went back to a push rod, big block engine, I decided to give it a try. I'm sure somebody will say, oh, the lifters are going to get eaten out of it or whatever. Yeah, it's got a warranty. But I do not regret it 1 ounce. I bought this truck probably in July. It has tons of power with the 10-speed trans behind it, and so with this tremor package, it has 430 rear end in it, so it tows like no tomorrow. I am incredibly impressed with how much towing power it has. And I mean, we drove it to northern Wisconsin right after we bought it on the highway with it brand new. I mean, I drove it home, and the next day we went on vacation with it. But it averaged on that trip 13.9. I mean, with off-road tires on it and a 430 gear in the back, that's pretty darn good in my book. And the difference between the price of gas and diesel anymore is ridiculous. And you pay so much more for the diesel truck out of the gate, and it has all kinds of emissions BS on it, and it's just not worth it to me. Paying more for the fuel, paying more for the truck, it just seems stupid. But how did I end up with this? Me and Mrs. G found a regular cab, long bed, just a brand new XL or XLT, like a work truck edition, with the 7.3 gas in it. And I was like, I would really like a new truck again. Haven't had a new truck since 2013 is the last new truck I bought. And then after that one, I completely got out of it and bought old 7.3 Power Strokes, and I absolutely love them, but I just kind of wanted a new, up-to-date truck, and I wanted to keep one of my 7.3 Power Strokes. And Mrs. G said, okay, if you get rid of one of the 7.3 Power Strokes, you could, we can just get this regular cab long bed work truck. So we go to look at it, and this was just being delivered to the dealer, and I was like, ooh. Immediately, Mrs. G was like, oh my God, I know which one we're going to go home with. And yep, she was right. I love everything about this truck. I love black vehicles. I can't stand all the tons of chrome. Everything's blacked out. The mirrors, all the emblems are blacked out. door handles. Yeah, front and rear bumpers. I loved it. The minute I saw it, I loved it. And the dealer said that they had ordered it like a year ago or something for just an inventory order. Took them forever to get it. I'm like, well, I'm sure it's spoken for. And he's like, no, we had no idea when it was coming in, really. So he goes, it's for sale. Well, I came home with it. It's got, so the Tremor package, it's got Goodyear Duratrax. It's taller. There's different suspension, different shocks. It's got all the skid plates underneath. Has these cool forward running boards or step bars. Everything's blacked out. It's got all the cameras. There's a million of them on here. It has the power sliding rear window. It has the onboard generator. I haven't tried that yet, but I guess it'd be cool. Could come in handy. All I've added to the truck, I put this Truxedo cover on. I put the molded Ford mud flaps on so it wouldn't get all rock chipped. Put a rubber mat in the bed. I put the Ford, like the Ford version of WeatherTech floor liners in the front and the back. But I was surprised it didn't have leather in it, but it's got heated front cloth in it. So I could care less. I just don't want to trash these seats. So I'm either going to get some nice seat covers, or I'm going to take it and like get it cat skin leathered. I just love these Super Duty Fords. The four doors, the back seat there's so much leg room, and it's a pretty unbelievable truck. I've got zero complaints. I love all the lights. I mean, we refer to it as the Batmobile. I've got 4,000 some odd miles on it. I just did the first oil change. Like I said, I love how it tows. I love how it drives. I love how much power it has. The only thing, the Tremor package, it goes down a little on towing capacity and GVW, I believe, but I'm going to put airbags on the back. One of these days I'll get them ordered and do a video on it. I've pulled the skid steer many times with it, and it just plays with it. Like I said, it just sags a little bit in the back. It's got the fancy stereo, the B&O stereo. It's got the big navigation screen and all the camera that you can see behind you, in front of you. I'd have to turn it on here, I guess, but it's got all the upfitter switches in it. It has the electronic, the e-locker for the rear end, and the Tremor has all kinds of different like driving modes and whatnot, but like for off-roading and rock climbing, mean, it shifts the transfer case and everything for you. I've never used any of that. I'm not planning on going rock crawling with my f250, but yeah. So there's the. Let's see here. There's in front of us. Like you can have it right down on the trailer hitch. I love that. Backing up to trailers and everything. It's pretty nice. Some of my original viewers are probably going, what the hell, Ryan? You said you didn't ever want a truck payment again. And I did say that. So any new viewers that are confused, I've been on YouTube for a while, and I had a ton of videos that I deleted all of them about a year ago, and I just decided to give it another shot. But you're right. I said all I wanted was the 7.3s. I fell in love with this truck, 7.3 Power Strokes. I fell in love with this truck when I saw it. And then Mrs. G, when I bought this one, she said, well, now you got to sell both of your old trucks. And well, that was in July, and I haven't sold either of them. But it's nice out today. It's just kind of windy. Anybody that doesn't know these two trucks, these are two pretty whip-ass 7.3 Power Strokes. That I have done a tremendous amount of work on. So here's the plan. This one's listed locally for sale. It will not leave my yard for less than $20,000. No way. This one, the old body style, is going to be on auction time. It starts next, bidding opens on Valentine's Day. If this one sells decent, I'm not planning on going anywhere with this one. Just don't tell Mrs. G that. But if you want a completely rebuilt front to back, new bed, new engine, new trans, new everything, old body style Power Stroke, just type in 1997 F250 on auctiontime.com. Get yourself registered to a bid. And just keep hitting the bid button until you win. Oh. Haven't moved this thing since last fall. It was in the other building. I had to move it today to shuffle some equipment around. As soon as Mrs. G gets home from work, we may have to take that for a burn around the block. I'm itching to go for a ride in that. But there you go, guys. I got no complaints about it. Maybe one, the tailgate. I can't just grab the thing and drop it. You gotta hit the button, and it's like, that's dumb. I don't need that. All right, guys. Have a good weekend. Have a good one. See ya.